So Venn diagram is a diagram used to represent sets. In there are two ways to represent Venn diagram. This is not actually noticed. People will learn what is Venn diagram. There are two ways we can represent Venn diagram, right? We are representing the sets. One is you are going to represent elements, the set, right? Other one is you are going to represent cardinality. There are two ways we represent Venn diagram, right? So you should always remember when you are actually, it's better to write Venn diagram where you are representing elements used or cardinality used. So I can show you the example. Right? We have suppose A equals to right, then B equals to the two sets, and I can have epsilon universal set something like this. One to 9, first 9 natural numbers. So my A set is 1, 3, 5, 7, B set is 3, 7, 9. This I can show it diagrammatically instead of drawing this. Right? Usually for sets we can use geometric shapes like circles, rectangles, etc. So the first one is I am going to show the representing by elements. Okay, the representing by elements. So I can use a container. This rectangle container is for my epsilon. It's a universal fellow. It's the container. So my A and B should be inside the container. It should not be outside the container. Correct? The A is going to be something like a circle. We can call this as A. Then I can have a B. You can put it anywhere inside. Suppose I am putting like this. Clear? Initially let me put it like this. Then this 1, 3, 5, 7 should be inside A, right? So you can write somewhere. It's better not to write closer. Now what will happen? Then it will look like 57. So I am just scattering here and there. 1, 3, 5, 7. But then I need 3, 7, 9. The point is this 3 and 7 are already, that means they belong to both A and B. That means I have to slightly adjust the figure. What I should do? I must have overlapping circles. So generic, this is called a generic diagram. If you have two sets, a universal set. Even if it is not going to have common, you can have a, geometrically you can have the overlapping. If you don't write anything, then they are not going to have common. If the figure is like they are not going to overlap. Are you able to understand? But if you try to draw like that, then again you may have to rub and draw like this. So it's better to draw like this. Then we can start filling. So in fact we can first try to fill the common fellows. 3 and 7. Then you have 1 and a 5. Right? This is for A. For B, it's 9. But this container contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So some numbers are left out. Where will they come? Outside. Outside A or outside this rectangular box. It should be inside the rectangular box. So 2 you can put anywhere but not inside the circle, right? 2, 4, I can put a 6 here, I can put a 8 here. Is it over now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But this Venn diagram, what is this Venn diagram? Representing elements. The element Venn diagram. There is another Venn diagram where I will be using the same idea. I have this epsilon, I have this A, I have this B. Where I will not write the elements. I am going to represent the cardinality. What is cardinality? Number of elements. Are you able to understand? So, how many elements are present in A? 4. But there are 2 regions. There is a region here, there is a region here. So, now first let me just write. So, 1, 2, 3, this is 4 outside, right? So, what is that 1? A only. Only A. What is that 2? A and B. 3, B only. 4, not A, not B. So, that means how many elements are only A? 2. A and B, 2. B only 1. There should be 4 elements outside. That's what you see here. But you should not mistake that the elements of A are 2. Obviously 2 and 2 don't come, right? The elements of B are 2 and 1. Because this Venn diagram is not an element Venn diagram. This Venn diagram is what? Is a cardinality Are you able to understand? So there are 2 ways in which we represent the Venn diagram. It's like you are going to diagrammatically draw like this. So you need, obviously the universal set is going to be the bigger container and all others you should try to overlap. So here 2 sets you are going to overlap. What if there are 3 sets? Just imagine, I can have a rectangle fellow as the bigger container, or I can even have a circle container. So nobody is going to question you, or you can put a oval, ellipse. So preferably use something different, right? If you have three sets within the universal set, then your diagram should be A and B overlaps, A and C overlaps, B and C overlaps, and all A, B, C overlaps, because there is a possibility. And there should be something outside A, B, C and within the universal set. So it's always, the usual convention is use rectangles and circles. Say rectangle for the universal set. All of you understood?